Hello, this is Toonkind. Welcome. We're here. We're something. We're having children, and they're learning things.
They sure are.
Yeah. This is Toonkind at 12 FPS. I have friends.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
I'm Sai.
Oh, I didn't say my name.
Yeah.
Hi. I have a name. It is
Yes,
Pengu.
you do.
That's my name.
Hello, Pengu.
Hello, arrows.
Yes, I'm Arrows. I'm playing Skeleton, Nebula Rose.
And I'm Sai, or Sai Dragon, and I'm gonna be playing Tessura, Funky Lizard Cryptid. For once trying not to be a cryptid. He's trying to learn things. We'll see how well this turns out.
Best.
Can he put the brain cells together? Time will only tell.
Yeah. Okay. So they're at a library.
They sure are.
Yes. Snuggy. A library. Are they already at the library, or?
I mean, they probably met up, looked around for somewhere to hang out, and then the library was probably in plain sight, just obviously there in the background.
Yeah.
Walk inside.
Yeah.
Tess has been in a library before. He now knows what to do.
Snuggy.
Vaguely.
Has Snuggy been in Snuggy might have been in a library before. They know what books are, but I don't know if they've actually been in a library.
Well, Tess has been in a library precisely once. So. She's probably, like, trying to find some like, corner or area that's not as populated just because he doesn't want to accidentally, like, knock something over or bump into someone on accident.
Oh.
Snuggy is gonna beeline for the kids section with, like, the beanbags.
Oh, delightful.
Beanbags.
Delightful.
Beanbags.
I don't know if Tess has seen many beanbags, so he's absolutely intrigued and just gonna find one and flop down on it.
It's squishy. And they have a book.
I find it funny how big everyone is here. Like, what are the heights of Snuggy and Tess?
Well, Snuggy's 10 feet.
Oh, okay, that's very big.
Tess is either 3.5 feet or 7 feet, depending on whether he's standing up straight or on four legs. So he's probably
so
fairly short in comparison to Snuggy at first glance.
Okay.
He's average toon height.
All right, so he's not as much tall. Nebula is 6 feet, so we got a range in sizes here. All right.
Tess doesn't usually stand up unless he like needs to grab something, or if he's trying to be intimidating, or if he just is like trying to look over at people's heads. So like he's usually on all four legs. So. So yeah, he's currently short.
He's currently short.
He's small now.
For once. He doesn't often get to be. This is why he hangs out with Snuggy, because he's not the tallest one around.
Tess has finally found someone taller than him.
Alright, I'm trying to think. I think Tess has a book on sign language, but he might go looking around trying to find any other books on sign language to see if like he can find any in like the kids section. I don't know. Maybe maybe you should roll investigation for that. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but
yeah.
Alright.
I mean, it occurs to me Snuggy definitely has some sign language books of their own that they brought.
Make a collection. Pool the knowledge.
Bring your own books to the library.
Well, Tess got this one from a different library. That's the funny thing. This has been in a safer space, and he's like trying to read it. It's only sort of succeeding. He also has a dictionary. So
Dictionary.
it's a 16. He probably finds like one or two other books that seem to be on the subject. He has to take a minute to like figure out what they say, because like he's not the best at actually reading in the first place either.
That just, oh boy.
He's
And with that and with the textbook being the only way to learn. Yeah.
please, somebody.
Wonderful. Yeah, this is
like
why
trying
Nebula is here.
He's trying to parse between the dictionary and then different entries in the dictionary and then the book and then other books, and he's just like,
Gosh, yeah, he definitely needs a teacher. Gosh. I didn't realize that he had trouble reading too.
He's getting better at it, but he still just doesn't have much vocabulary to begin with. Like, he can speak just fine, but actually reading, he didn't really have like more than a couple books for most of his life, and that was it. And now he's like, oh, there's a lot of books. There's a lot of words.
Yeah, there sure are.
Snuggy has pretty good reading vocabulary. I mean, like, their age.
Mm.
Yeah.
How old is Snuggy?
11.
Alright.
Tess is like
Tall child.
Tess is like
Very tall child.
They are 1 year older than they are tall.
Delightful. Oh.
That's how math works.
And then Tess is like 20-ish, so he's like young adult-ish.
Okay.
An adult.
Nebula doesn't know how old he is.
Delightful.
He's at least 6. But he's probably more.
Probably. I like the addition of probably.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Snuggy, after Tess grabs the books that they found, Snuggy does also bring out their books. Their books are significantly more beat up. Definitely old.
Are they like just general books? Or are they like aimed for like
sign
younger
language
children?
books.
Or like, but I mean, like, are they like aimed for like younger audiences, or are they like just regular books you'd find like in the general section, or are they like kids books, or?
Definitely general section.
Ah, gotcha. Well, the ones Tess found are clearly in the kids section because they're in the kids section, so they now have a variety.
Yeah. Ones with cute illustrations.
I mean, they all have illustrations, but,
Like the cute illustrations for kids. The children.
I mean, why would Nebula be at the library, Rose? Like,
probably research. He goes to the library a lot. Whether that's magic research or he has been recently looking into, like, not necessarily, like, born halftoons, but, like, created halftoons. And how that works, and, like, so, Grills' this cartoon, something happened to him. He's not, like, he's having trouble with it, so Nebula's kind of researching to figure out if they can reverse it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah. Because, yeah, Grills has been having, like, it's, like, species change, basically, so he's, like, trying to help him out with that.
Definitely got
has not gotten, got to research, has not gotten anywhere on like, reversal things, but has learned some stuff. But anyway, yeah, he would be in the library for either that or for magic research purposes. Because he is a magic researcher.
Delightful.
Yeah, so he is there. He is actually he's probably what's the word? Dropping off some books that he'd previously picked up before. Because he is I mean, he's about to go on a trip. He doesn't expect it to last long. Because he makes this trip every year. And it's only ever for a day, but he's still putting them back before he goes anyway. Because you never know. Because this is the yearly trip he makes back to where he was found when he was first resurrected, and he's going with a friend to see if they can find any clues as to who he used to be. And you never know what might happen.
Certainly, nothing ever.
Yeah, he hasn't found anything in the previous 6 years, but hey, maybe this year, when he has someone else to look with, something might just happen.
Concern. Arrows.
What could possibly go wrong? Nothing.
What could
Many
possibly
things.
go wrong?
This is D&D. Many things could go wrong.
So yeah, he's returning some books before he goes on his trip. Yeah. What? So how are the kids? I guess they've brought out their books.
Probably taken over a good corner of the kids section. There's just these two giant toons. Snuggy's probably visible over the bookshelves, I would imagine.
Yeah, maybe
If
not
they stand up.
sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beanbag, but yeah.
If they stand up to grab a book from where Tess was reading it.
Yeah, they're not exactly subtle.
Especially since the kids section usually has wide open spaces
And really
for
low
them to
bookshelves.
sit down.
They usually have the waist high bookshelves, if anything.
Yeah.
And if they're beanbag chairs, then it's definitely a wider open area. It's the reading nook kind of thing.
Comfy cozy.
But yeah, that's definitely eye catching.
Some parents come and bring in their kids by and then see that and they're just like, we'll come back another day, honey.
You have an extremely spiky lizard just flopped over the nearest beanbag.
Oh.
Definitely belongs in the children's area. Definitely. Doesn't stick out like a sore thumb at all.
No.
So long as they don't rip open the beanbags, they're fine.
No, he's being very careful. He doesn't want to get tossed out of the library. He kind of likes having access to all these new strange books.
He is very good.
Knowledge.
Learn things.
Yeah, I guess this is eye catching. And he's curious, but also he's not gonna pry. So he kind of glances at them as he passes by, but unless he notices them having trouble, then he's not going to come up yet.
Do you want to roll perception then? As is the prerequisite of Toonkind D&D.
Sir, what is your perception? I don't think it's changed. No. Yeah, it's +1.
Oh no.
That's a 5! Oof. That's a 5.
I mean...
he does not notice either that, or since we need him to notice for this to go on, it takes a very long time.
I mean, maybe he doesn't notice on the first pass. Maybe, when he's, if he's, if he put down some books and he went to go get some books, maybe when he comes back, he'd see... I guess,
he's just checked out. And then he...
You could roll intelligence for Tess and Snuggy to see how well they're doing so far.
Yeah.
And,
How obvious is it that it's sign language, or if it's just them flailing?
Yeah. Gosh.
Roll that.
Intelligence, oh no. Shockingly, not terrible. Also not terrible. Double 18s.
Well. They both rolled 18s. Why did they both roll well?
I mean, you can do it with a disadvantage because they're learning.
Well,
Yeah.
at least if at that point it's probably obvious that it's sign language.
Yeah, it is sign language.
At least.
Oh, and like if it's sign language, you'd be able to read it and see that like they are learning this. They're not just like
It's very
talking.
like I think Tess is probably doing like hello, how are you? Like the very intro.
Hello, how are you?
That everyone learns
Good.
in a language.
Yes,
Where is the bathroom?
I am well.
Where is the nearest exit?
Snuggy is doing like hello, thank you, sandwich.
Yes, gotta have sandwiches.
They like sandwiches.
Gotta have them, of course.
So Nebula notices these two very strange characters practicing sign.
Again, if they're doing well, then he's not gonna interrupt. So we can always like
Dang it.
overroll the dice.
I need them to fail. I'm sorry, Tess and Snuggy.
Like we can roll again and be like that was what they saw when Nebula saw him walking by the first time. Let's roll again.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I want some. There we go.
There we go. That's a 7.
Struggle. That sounds bad out of context.
Yes. Wah.
He's doing even better.
I mean, it tracks because Snuggy's had more experience with it. I think
Mayhaps
they've had the books longer.
they have had the books longer, but also they're baby.
They're just baby, Your
So-
Honor.
So that's probably when Tess signs just the what.
Just
What?
what? And he's just staring at the book, and then he goes and tries to flip through the dictionary, and then he looks back at the book, and then he looks through the dictionary again. He's a little bit lost.
Aww.
Because maybe the book uses like an idiom, and the dictionary doesn't explain the idiom. He's like,
Oh, understandable. Idioms are hard.
Oh boy, Tess beloved.
Idioms are hard.
They are. Doesn't help when you basically grew up in the woods. You don't run into many like
Yeah.
you don't run into
Yeah.
much like slang there, other than what happens on a day-to-day basis.
Slang.
Tess is surrounded by books, just with like the little like dizzy like eyes if he had eyes, but he doesn't have eyes, so you can't tell.
Snuggy also does not understand slang, I will say.
Same hat.
Same hat.
Yeah, I guess Nebula will come over then. He doesn't know, he can't see what Tess is confused about, but he sees that he is confused. So he'll go over and be like, I need some help.
Oh, I think Tess kind of jumps and like a little bit and like looks up and he's like, "Oh, hello. I don't know. I actually rephrase that. I don't know the subject at all. But well, we're trying to learn sign language. I don't think I'm getting very far."
Aww.
Beloved. Again, I think he's gonna say, would you like some help then? I know it.
Oh, I mean, if you're offering, then that would be lovely. Thank you very much.
He smiles at that and sits down next to him. What are you having trouble with then?
Well, I mean, the book shows pictures, and I am trying to make it look like the pictures, and it is not working because they are explaining it in very odd terms, and the dictionary's not helping, and I have been trying to figure out what it's saying.
Aww.
Oh gosh.
And he kind of glances up at Snuggy to check if, like, maybe Snuggy also knows. I don't know.
Snuggy has perked up and they're not staring, but they are looking at Nebula, like sparkling just a bit.
Oh gosh.
They are intrigued by the skeleton.
Skeleton man. So I think he's gonna like look over. He keeps telling me like he keeps wanting me to ask like what specifically this is, but this is an audio medium and it's difficult to do that.
I mean, for fun,
but-
you could say it's like I'm thinking of like the ASL sign for dog, how it, like gets slurred into like one movement, and maybe they try and like say it as in the one movement, but Tess has to understand like movements and make it up or something like that, like a sign similar to that. That's like a composite sign.
I think he'll like, yeah. He'll look at the sign that he seems to be having trouble with. And he'll he'll sign it. And he'll be like, it's like this. Here. Yeah. And he signs it. That's all. I can't really explain much about it. He signs it. He shows them how it's done.
I'm tempted to either roll intelligence or perception to see how well Tess picks up on that, but I don't know which one.
Intelligence would sound better. Would make sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tess, please. It's okay. It's a little bit better than it was.
Yeah, that's decent. It's over a 10.
It's slow. It's like jerky, but he's got the idea down now.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I guess, huh?
And when Snuggy sees Tess sign it successfully, they beam and they also sign it.
Aww.
Dog.
Dog.
Tess kind of ducks his head and grins a little bit. No, you can't really tell much because it's all like under their hood, but they're grinning.
So all teeth.
It's all teeth.
All teeth.
Teeth.
Beloved.
They're just a big toothy lizard, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, was... I forget how Tess described it. Like, was it just the... my thoughts ran away.
It's fine.
Sorry. If they're signing dog, though, then Tess knows what that is, I assume. So it was more of the explaining how to do it rather than the meaning itself, or...
Well, I think Tess got confused in the description of the sign, like the actual meaning of the sign. He probably understood because it's labeled at the top.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think the description was confusing.
All right.
But yeah, I think he's just trying. It's clearly he's clearly just going through and trying to figure out how to sign all the signs sequentially. And he's got to figure out how to put sentences together. He's just he doesn't really know how to learn, so he's just gonna start at the beginning and keep going.
Oh. Gosh.
Which means it's probably it's either alphabetical or here's a group of themes, but doesn't really explain any of the grammar or anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the books would explain the grammar.
Yeah, but
as someone who has learned sign language, it would explain the grammar.
He probably didn't open it to that section. He probably opened it, flipped to it through till he found signs and started there.
Tess, please, their textbooks are made in a specific way, in a specific order. You're supposed to start at the start.
I don't think he's ever run into a textbook specifically. I think he's only ever read fiction books and then a dictionary.
Yes, beloved. Gosh.
So he's
man.
He's busy trying to understand the signs when there's no explanation of noun or verb or any of that. I don't even know what those are.
Oh boy. Tess, beloved.
He's trying. He didn't go to school
Yeah.
water.
He's doing his best.
Yeah. Well, this is why Nebula's here.
Yes. Please help them. They're just children. Well, Tess an adult, as we've established, but it's not that he's got the mindset of a child, he's got the knowledge base of a child. He's trying to build it and trying to get better at it. Yeah.
Yeah, after Tess seems to get that one down, he's gonna be like, were there any others that you were having trouble with?
I don't know if if Snuggy's got any that I want to know. But I'll be honest, I just kind of opened it and then found signs and then tried to copy them, and I am going to see how well that works out, I guess. I don't really know if it's working out at all, but I'm trying.
Is this your... Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Snuggy is looking at Nebula, and they sign bones. Sign bones. Because that's what they see. They see bones.
Yeah. Man, I had to figure out how he's gonna respond to that. He just... I guess he just nods because, like, yeah, bones. And then I guess he'll sign skeleton back.
They repeat the sign. They sign skeleton back.
I don't know.
Did not know the word for skeleton, but
Yeah. He is not sure if they know or not, so he's going to just be like, that is skeleton. That is me. And I think he's going to turn back to Tess and be like, generally, this is how much do you know of sign language?
I've looked at this book, and I've learned a little bit from talking to Snuggy, but not much. Not much at all. I don't...
He kind of like presses his hands together and is like, you considered starting from the beginning of the book rather than just going straight to some of the signs in the middle.
Tess probably just opens his mouth a bit and then shuts it and then very gently opens it to the beginning of the book. I want to see how far he gets before he has to go consult his dictionary again. Not none. That's a 0. That's a 0. Oh no! I think there's a big text introduction, and that's why he opened it in the front of the book, and then just skipped to the sides. And he opens it again. And he just
like, what is this? This isn't sign.
He's just like, oh dear.
I'm gonna roll insight to see if Nebula realizes what's up with that. Yeah.
I can't get past the 0.
17. Yeah.
Is that Nebula's intelligence?
No, that's his insight to see if Tess is.
What is Nebula's intelligence mod?
I think it's +2.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Where
He
is
has
it?
brain cells.
He do have the brain cell. Tess doesn't.
He has the brain cells. Thank goodness.
Well, I mean, I think you can...
I was like, I don't see an intelligence scale as if it's not one of the ability scores. Yes, his is +2. But yeah, he sees that and it's like, you don't really have to read the introduction. And he flips the page, so that's like the first lesson.
You see Tessa's shoulders like audibly sag, or not audibly, like visually sag with relief. Audibly?
Audibly sag. Well, hold on. Tess is a tune, correct?
Yes.
So it could have a sound effect.
Whoosh.
Because my first thought when I hear like audibly shoulders sinking, I just think like bones cracking.
There's like a whistle as he deflates. Man.
Snuggy pats Tess.
Tess kind of chuckles a little bit like ruefully. He's like, well, I was sort of hoping it would have less words. This page does seem to have less words. I'll figure it out, I suppose. He's got his trusted dictionary. He's gonna figure it out.
Oh, beloved. Would you like more help? If you wanted, I could help teach you.
Snuggy sparkles.
Jessica kind of like looks up, and then I think his like the tendril things I said are like kind of flicking around, and he's like, and they're glowing very brightly, and he's just like, oh, really? I don't want to take up your day if you've got things you need to do, but that would be really, really nice of you.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. No. I'm good for today. And you seem like you need some help, so I can teach you. Yeah. That was a mess of my own words and not Nebula's words. I think that was not how Nebula would speak, but the idea has gotten across.
The gist of it has been conveyed.
Yes, it has been a bit since I have been Nebula, so
Pat, it's all good.
Fine.
It's been a hot
fine.
minute since I've been Tess either, so I feel like.
Pat you. Snuggy is just sparkling. They are very happy. They are very delighted about this.
He smiles at them both. And then he holds out his hand to shake. I'm Nebula Rose.
Oh, pleased to meet you. And Tess is gonna shake his hand. It's a little bit awkward, because, like, he's sort of just copying what other people have done. He doesn't quite know what he's doing. But
Aww.
He's gonna shake his hand very politely and go, I'm Tessura, or most people just call me Tess.
Nice to meet you.
Snuggy is pulling out their paper, the one they always use for introductions. It's a little crayon drawing of them with Snuggy Buggy written.
Aww.
Aww.
Nice to meet you as well. Yeah.
Don't mind me just minorly dying in the background. It's fine.
What?
Hydration is important.
What's dying?
Yeah, hydration is very important.
My throat decided to die for a minute. It's fine.
Happens.
It's all good.
Yeah, I think with introductions established, as well as the fact that he's going to be teaching, he scoots in a little closer. Maybe moves between the two of them, so that they both see him easily. And because like there is the signing from like facing the person, which helps for reading, and then there's a signing from the same direction that you're facing, which helps with doing it yourself, so that you know the way to move your hands more easily than backwards. He's gonna move between the two of them.
I think Tess,
yeah, he starts teaching them. I guess.
I think at some point Tess is gonna probably like offer Nebula his beanbag and go pull another one over since there's 3 in a row.
Yes.
Sure, I guess.
Share in the beanbag.
Comfy chair.
Comfy chair. I feel like Nebula discovers very quickly that Tess only has so much vocabulary in terms of reading, so he can also help with that.
Yeah, Tess he's got the basic idea down. Like, he can read. He just has to cross-check a lot of the, like, actual words in the dictionary, like, get the actual definition. Like, to be able to, like, understand, or sounding them out, trying to, like, figure out, it's this word that I hear all the time every day. Right, that's how it's spelled.
Nebula just sitting here like, oh, this person is learning how to read, too.
They're learning everything at once. You get a new language, you get a new alphabet, you get 2 new alphabets, actually.
Yeah.
He's determined, but it's sure an uphill climb.
Yeah.
Gosh, I feel like at one point, like, I don't know when they put. I don't know. My thoughts have gone to like Tess using the signs that he already knows and some of the new ones and like making them to make a sentence out of them, except he hasn't gotten to the grammar part yet, so he does it in the same grammar that Common is in.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
It's directly a one-to-one translation, except that's not how sign languages usually work.
Yeah. So
because they're different languages, they have different grammar.
So Nebula kind of smiles at that and is like, that is generally how the if you're translating something that's being currently spoken, how it would be arranged. But the grammar of the language itself, when you're just signing, is a bit different actually. And he'll go flip further in the textbook to see to try and find where it starts the grammar part. And he'll help with that as well.
Yeah, I think at a certain point, like when Nebula starts talking, Tess is like starts rapidly flipping through his dictionary. He's like, oh, grammar. That's sentence structures. Yeah. That would make sense because it's a different language and all that.
Out of curiosity, how many languages does Tess know?
About 2 right now, but one of which is really weird.
Okay, so they almost definitely have different grammars.
They have, so technically he's got deep speech. But that's like really wonky, and I don't even know if it's got writing. If it's got writing, it's nothing like Toon Common.
Yeah. But that is almost certain. So this would not be the first language that he has learned that has different grammar. Yeah. He's not dealing with that.
Put it this way, Common's the second language he learned, but he kind of got dumped into as a kid, just like, here, learn another language. Nobody's speaking deep speech here. So.
Oh, goodness. Gosh. That's beloved.
Crash course. Gotta learn somehow. So of course he's gonna treat sign language the same way. Just crash in, see how it works.
Oh, gosh.
What are you saying, Pengu?
Snuggy only knows Common.
Snuggy's dealing with new grammar for the first time then.
Yeah.
Although if they've learned more, they might already know that it has different grammar.
They do not.
Okay.
They have tried, but you know, they're kids. Some stuff hasn't quite clicked with them yet.
Yeah. They'll figure it out with time, practice.
Also, they haven't had many opportunities to actually communicate sign with people. They've been learning it entirely on their own up till now. So
yeah, it is very much helpful to have someone else to sign with.
Yeah.
And how they have people to sign with.
2 people.
Yes, they do. They're making friends.
Yeah. I don't know, like, how... I don't think we can go into the lessons very deeply, because it's always just gonna be like, he signs this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just them learning.
Yeah, they learning. They learning. How long do they stay there? I guess they do need to, like, eat, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of important.
I mean, it's probably I'd say it's probably like early afternoon when they like started all this, and then once it probably gets closer to like dinner time, probably have to go find food. Buy some food.
Hold on, I want to roll. What would I roll? I want to roll if Nebula realizes, because he doesn't technically have to eat, like he generally does with Hickory, but I want to figure out if he's not too involved to remember that other people do.
I'm trying to think if Tess wouldn't even bother like remembering either. Like he probably is used to just eating whenever he's hungry, but I don't know if he'd be hungry.
What is the memory skill? I guess there's history for like personal history. Yeah.
Would it
we'll
be
try.
funny if like it's just Snuggy's tummy rumbles?
Yes. It'd be very fun.
It would be,
Yeah.
but I want to roll history first.
Okay, roll history.
That's 14.
That reminds him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll hear that and he'll be like, "Oh, it's we've been here a while, haven't we? You should go eat."
Oh. Huh, I guess it is. That took a while. I didn't realize it got so late.
Oh, time
Huh.
goes fast. Learning new
fun.
stuff.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I know things now. I'm learning that.
Wait.
I think Tess grins again.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
No.
Oh, oops.
I was gonna say like I wonder if I don't know. Dang it.
It's all good. If you remember
Fine.
details.
Oh, yes. Nebula, he's gonna be like, "Oh, do you have anyone else that could teach you this? Or should we set up a, I don't know, a weekly time or something to continue lessons?"
Snuggy beams.
Snuggy beloved.
I think
They look at Tess kind of like asking for confirmation.
I think Tess is kind of like he's like visibly parked up, like the like potential things on him just kind of like swishing happily, and he's just like, "Oh, would you mind like that? Oh, we can learn it so fast then. Okay, good at it."
Yeah.
Snuggy wiggles.
No, yeah, I can do it. What do we want? Same time next week then, or is there a better time?
Oh, I mean, I don't really have much going on. I mean, I can make any time work. Do you have any preferences? He's gonna kind of glance over at Snuggy like, you want to do morning or night or, well, probably not night, but afternoon
No.
or now or.
Snuggy just shrugs. They don't care when. They just want to learn.
Nebula nods, just like same time.
That would work, I think.
All right.
Tess is very, very brightly grinning. Very literally brightly grinning.
Oh, beloved.
He's just got a big old face full of teeth that he can grin very widely.
Oh, I love him. He's very good. He's very good. Gosh, this reads as like them kind of saying goodbyes, but also it hasn't been super long. Well, yeah, it hasn't been super long.
It has not.
I mean, they could just continue talking. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they need to get something to eat. I mean, Nebula could follow them out.
yeah. I mean, they probably have, like, I would imagine they'd have, like, food carts or something like that outside. Like, not directly outside, but probably there's, like, a market somewhere. And Tessa's probably just gonna
Yes.
very politely buy food.
Uh,
I mean, he's probably got stuff in his hammer space, but, like, change it up. Spice it up a little. It's been a day full of new adventures.
Yeah.
Snuggy will also assign something else to Nebula once they're all stood up again, and Snuggy will just sign, "You like hugs?"
Gosh. Yeah, he'll. Yeah, he'll. he'll smile and say, "Yeah, sure. Yeah." He he will be hugged.
Nebula
He will offer
is
hugs. Hugs.
Very
Man,
hard.
that is like an all-consuming hug, isn't it?
Yes, it is a very large hug, and they have very long arms, and they are very soft.
Truly the greatest
Gosh.
hug.
Yeah. Snuggy's perfect for hugging.
I want a hug.
I mean, I'm sure there's a reason that they're called Snuggy.
Yeah! They like to snuggle.
Oh, love it.
And they hug Nebula, and they let go after a moment, and they're sparkling.
It's like,
Yeah,
visibly sparkles.
Yes, visibly sparkles,
Yes.
like little
Yeah,
teeny
he-
stars.
Yes. Yeah, he smiles back. He has made these two very happy, and that makes him happy.
Aw.
He likes to help. He likes
Aw.
to help.
Yes, good.
It's adorable.
And Snuggy signs again, skeleton, because they learned that new word.
I think he's going to say his name and sign it at the same time. This Nebula Rose.
Nebula Rose skeleton. Sign that.
He laughs. Yeah. Yes. And he signs it back. Nebula Rose skeleton.
Aww.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Skeleton.
I feel like that's going to become like a nickname now for him. He's just going to be called Skeleton.
Yeah.
They know his name. He's just being called Skeleton now.
Skeleton. Snuggy learned a new word. They learned more grammar from this nice skeleton man.
Knowledge. Woo.
Knowledge, beloved.
Snuggy is very happy. And they will give Tess another hug, for good measure, because they gave Nebula a hug and they don't want Tess to feel left out.
Tess laughs. And it's just you get a very sort of like ginger pat, and then he kind of just relaxes a little bit, and then it's like a tighter hug. He's still a little nervous with it, but he'll hug Snuggy back.
Yes, good. Squish.
I love like the juxtaposition of these two of like very round, soft, and like pointy lizard.
Very shape and then point.
Yeah.
They're both very shaped, just different shapes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: drawing the two of them next to each other makes me laugh every time. It's great. And then you have Nebula, who's sort of in the middle of the combination. His eyes.
Yeah.
It's great.
He's Bones.
Yes, but he's also like good round shapes, but also like distinguished a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Tess is probably
chaotic,
like,
of chaotic, pointy, neutral, soft, and then lawful. Neutral.
Lawful neutral. Yeah. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
yeah, I think Tess is gonna probably put the library books back where it says put them, because there's probably a well-labeled spot, because this is the kids area, and kids don't really know where the books go, so they have to clearly label them. Tess has no idea where the books go, so he's like, sign. Yes, good. Yet another time,
There's
which signs are
everywhere,
handy.
Tess. There's signs everywhere, Tess.
Today, you could say it's a day full of signing. But he's gonna do that. He's gonna hand Snuggy back their books, and then he's gonna take his book. Well, technically he's got two books, but yeah, I'll take them back. Just don't leave the books behind. We need those.
Yeah.
Also, don't steal books from the library, because we also might need those later.
Alright. Is there anything else?
Hugs have been exchanged.
Hugs.
Gotta have them. Tennessee will learn to have them.
They now have library son lessons. weekly library
Delightful.
time lessons.
Yes. Yes. Oh. I'm very proud of them.
Yeah. Very good.
Yet again, a case in which the library is super handy, because the people in there are also super handy.
Library's good.
Library's very good.
Library good.
Gosh, now I want to go to a library.
Aw.
But yeah,
Man.
I think Tess will probably just like if they're getting ready to leave, Tess will just follow the two of them, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nebula's got anything else he wants to do, but at the library.
It's getting late. Hickory's probably wondering where he is for dinner. So he'll probably head home, but he will wave and he will say goodbyes. And he will reiterate when their next meeting. Yeah.
I think, yeah, Tess's is kind of brightly glowing, and his tail's like swishing back to side a little bit. And he's kind of like very happy, and he's like, thank you very much for helping us today. It was, I learned so much. I don't think I've learned this much in one day in a while.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help.
And Snuggy will wave at them, wave at Nebula again, and say, "Bye, Mr. Skeleton."
He waves back, and yeah, bye.
Yay!
All right.
Delightful.
Okay, this is a soft, cute FPS.
Yes, good, lovely.
We have made them very happy.
Yes,
Grand.
Snuggy is learning proper grammar, and that shall be reflected in their FPSs now.
What?
What?
Tess is learning that grammar is very important.
Oh. They're all learning things.
Whoa, knowledge be upon ye.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you all for listening, and for playing Sign Pengu. This was fun.
Sign language.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.